RKO, the infamous NWO. Back with another video doing my weekly review. Raw episode 1002. We're on 1002, right? Yep, we are on 1002. August the 6th, 2012. And what a Raw this was. This is actually a tremendous Raw. A little bit less video packages than last week because I guess we were coming off that 1000 Raw last week and they had to show a ton of video package recapping what happened last week. And this week it wasn't so much. We got a couple of repeats of segments, blah blah blah, but overall good show. So let's get into the Raw this week. We got the opening package recapping last week's main event and the new Raw opening, which we got tonight is the night. That song that plays every time they show up a match is the official Raw theme song. AJ comes out, announces that some big matches will be happening tonight. We got Big Show versus Orton, we got Danielson versus John Cena, and then right before AJ's going to announce the third match, we have CM Punk coming out, interrupting her, and coming down, the whole entrance thing and all, and Punk apologizes for what he did last week, for hitting Cena, and for doing all that, and AJ should reverse her decision of making it a triple threat match, and AJ says no. And then Cena comes out and interrupts, and Cena and Punk go at it. And then Big Show comes up and interrupts John Cena, and then AJ announces that there will be AJ announces that the WWE Universe will be picking CM Punk's opponent tonight, and his match is next. And then we come back from commercial break, recapping the Lesnar breaking Triple H's arm segment that happened the beginning of May, so that was like 3 months ago. And Brock Lesnar and Triple H are here tonight and will be live on Monday Night Raw. Then we got the voting thing occur, and Rey Mysterio wins by 47%. So we got Rey Mysterio versus Punk. This was a pretty good match. All these three main events actually went long, and this first three main event, these three announced matches went longer because of obviously the 3-hour format, because we're gonna get longer matches because this is pretty much a 3-hour show extended, 2-hour show extended to a 3-hour show, which we somewhat got. And Rey Mysterio and CM Punk was a okay match, but CM Punk ended up getting the victory, GTS, and pins Rey Mysterio. Then we got a backstage segment where Alberto Del Rio is parking his Ferrari in the arena, and you don't understand why he did that, but we get back to that later on in the show, because next we have a match between then we come back from commercial break, and then Del Rio meets with AJ and says he doesn't want to have a match tonight, and AJ says no, I didn't even book you in a match tonight, so you're good. But then Del Rio calls her crazy, and then AJ hears that, and he's like, you know what? You are in a match tonight, and your match is next. Then we come back, Del Rio versus Christian, and this is another pretty decent match, and Del Rio gets the pinfall victory over Christian. Next, we got Sheamus in a backstage segment, and he steals Del Rio's parked car, which is a Ferrari, and takes off with it. And that's funny because the commentators are like, oh, Michael's like, he stole his car, and King's like, no, he just borrowed it. And then I'm like, but WWE is aimed for kids. That means if I steal something, I'm just borrowing it if I give it back. That makes no logical sense. But whatever. That's WWE logic for you. We got the 9 o'clock hour. We got Orton versus Big Show, which ends up ending in a no contest via double count out because they're fighting outside, and Big Show spears Orton, and then they both get counted out. And then Big Show throws Orton back in the ring, but Orton hits RKO on Big Show. Then we get a Raw recap of the Lesnar vs Triple H from Raw 1000. And next we got a match between Ryback versus Tyler Reks and the man who saved WrestleMania not once but twice, Curt Hawkins. And the sad thing is that Ryback pinned Curt Hawkins for the victory. Then we got a match between Epico and Primo versus the Primetime Players, and They didn't even get an entrance. Whatever. But Primetime Pillars about to lose the match, so they exit the ring. It was an okay match throughout the whole match, and then Kofi Kingston and R-Truth come down, and then Darren Young and Darren Young gets distracted, then Epico gets a backbreaker, and Epico pins Darren Young for the victory. Then we got a Raw recap of DX, humiliating Damien Sandow, but then Brodus Clay, then Damien Sandow getting the beatdown on Brodus Clay last week, which leads to Josh Matthews interviewing Damien Sandow, and him saying he will beat up Brodus Clay. And the match is next. Damien Sandow, Brodus Clay comes out, does his dance, but then Damien Sandow comes and attacks him, and from behind, and then goes after Brodus Clay's leg, and that's pretty much it. Then we got AJ and Bryan Danielson talking in the backstage, and AJ announces that he'll be facing Kane at SummerSlam. Then we got a match with the returning Kelly versus Eve. They got quite a bit of time, and then Kelly ended up getting the pinfall victory over Eve in a whatever match. It was pretty long and pretty boring, but Kelly's back. Then we got a recap of what happened. A recap of Sheamus getting his Del Rio's car, and a recap of the Triple H Lesnar brawl. And so that's the second Lesnar recap. Actually, third Lesnar recap of the three things, but the second brawl between the two. Then we got HBK coming out because this is we're in San Antonio, Texas, and HBK is there in the building. So HBK comes out, and pretty much everyone's asking what to weigh in between the Triple H and Brock Lesnar angle, and then he's interrupted by Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. So it looks like Brock Lesnar is going to attack HBK because Paul Heyman is mocking HBK and mocking Triple H because HBK was able to retire on his own doing, but Triple H will be beaten and will have to forcefully retired, even though Shawn Michaels retired because he lost it The Undertaker WrestleMania 26. Anyways, Triple H ended up interrupt Brock Lesnar as he's talking, and then them two stare down each other, and Brock Lesnar ends up just leaving, so nothing happens to Shawn Michaels, as everyone thought that Shawn Michaels was going to be attacked by Brock Lesnar and get taken F5. And then I also thought that later in the show they're going to show a fake beatdown on Brock Lesnar beating up Shawn Michaels, where they cut to the back and Shawn Michaels laid out and Brock Lesnar standing up. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman are standing above Shawn Michaels, because I thought Shawn Michaels didn't want to take an F5 in the ring, but I guess not. Also, Shawn Michaels says that he will be at ringside at SummerSlam, so I guarantee that next week something has to happen with Shawn Michaels and being involved in the storyline. What do we have next? We have a recap of Sheamus stealing Del Rio's car again, and then we show a tout of Sheamus in Del Rio's stolen car. Then we got a match between Alex Riley and Dolph Ziggler with Chris Jericho on commentary. Chris Jericho, tremendous on commentary, made this match more fun, and kept saying as he was saying he was gonna beat Ziggler, like, in their feud, even though a match hasn't been announced for SummerSlam yet, which it probably will on Friday Night SmackDown, because Dolph Ziggler will be on the what's Jericho's show again? Jeritron 5000, the highlight reel. There we go. And so they'll probably announce the match then, or even after that, next Monday, guarantee, obviously, because that'll be 1 week before SummerSlam. But Alex Riley ends up getting the roll-up victory on Dolph Ziggler, and Jericho makes a tout about it, which is pretty funny. Then they show a Be-A-Star commercial, and then they show another tout of Sheamus in Del Rio's stolen car. Then we got a match between the two people that weren't voted to face CM Punk earlier in the night, Kane versus The Miz, and Kane gets a clean pinfall victory over the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, to show how much the Intercontinental Champion is really worth, even though I thought that Chris Jericho was going to be facing The Miz, since Chris Jericho got a pinfall victory over The Miz last week in that tag team match, but I guess they're not going to go with that at all. Sheamus then brings the car back, and yeah. Danielson comes out during for his entrance, but during the entrance, Del Rio sees his car all messed up and tells Rodriguez to fix it. And then we got the main event time. We got not CM Punk, sorry. We got Bryan Danielson versus John Cena. And this was a pretty good match. Cena got a little bit of the offense in the beginning. Danielson came back, countering a lot of the moves. This match really started to pick up. Cena's about to get the 5 moves of doom on Danielson, but Danielson counters the FU into a guillotine choke, and then Danielson started doing kicks. Tries to get into label lock, which gets reversed in SCFU, which he gets out of, and then Cena ends up getting the FU 1, 2, 3. I was kind of sad that Danielson got pinned by Cena clean. I wish they actually didn't have this match on free TV. I wish they built this into this huge first time ever money making match later down on the line, but I guess they didn't want to save it till then. And I kind of wish this match ended DQ so Cena wouldn't have a clean pinfall victory over Danielson. But anyway, CM Punk comes out and holds the WWE title over John Cena, over John Cena's head, and Cena throws Punk out of the ring because Big Show comes down the ring and they start brawling it out. Cena's about to give Big Show an FU, but Punk gets up and hits him in the head. Then Punk gets Cena on commentary. Punk goes on commentary and cuts a promo. He goes on commentary by like putting on the headphones and then cuts a promo and then goes back to the ring and then looks like he's about to kick Big Show in the head, but Big Show knocks out CM Punk and John Cena, then holds the WWE Championship, and that's the way Raw ended tonight. Raw was an excellent show. It had a lot of build towards SummerSlam, and that's what you want to see for these 3-hour Raws. Even though they're long shows, you want to see them build up to their second biggest pay-per-view of the year, SummerSlam. This is the 25th anniversary of SummerSlam, so hopefully it's a big and good show. We got a lot of interest. We got Sheamus Del Rio, which is building up quite nicely. We got Ziggler versus Punk. Ziggler versus Jericho, which they should announce a match this week, or even on WWE.com as a major breaking news thing, whatever. We got we got Danielson versus Kane, which I think will be an excellent match. We got a triple threat match, which is building up nicely, and we got the main event because they've been showing commercials all through the night of Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. That is my review for Monday Night Raw. Hopefully you enjoyed the review, and yeah, that is my review. Thank you for watching. We got 1 more week till SummerSlam, 1 more Raw to SummerSlam, and 2 more weeks. Yeah, pretty much 13 days to SummerSlam, 1 more Raw to go, and that's it. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and that is all.